Alright, so. Let me scroll down here, because a lot of people have said cheered stuff since I started talking about this. Hold on a second. So, Naffy asked at a 25-bit cheers, have you seen Black Mirror on... Oh, I already answered these. Never mind. Keep going here. Save the House says, what's your favorite Black Mirror episode of all seasons? Either the episode where they were doing the virtual, like, idol show that's supposed to be like American Idol, and they all lived in this virtual, like, life where they all rode bikes and shit to power a station where they all lived, and really there was no point to their lives at all. That was a good one. Or the one from last season that was all about social media. About how social media was completely controlling people's lives. If you had more likes and shit on your social media profile, you would basically have more opportunities open for you. But if you were, like, didn't have enough followers or people disliked you on social media, that basically you were turned into, like, a pariah and everyone ignored you. That I like. That was a really good episode in my opinion, because in a lot of ways, that's what we're headed toward, from what I can see. I'm going to drop this gun, by the way. There you go. BFL Griffin did a 25-bit cheer. It said, do you feel that there are topics that are off limits or too far in comedy? I mean, listen, the answer to that question is actually a personal question for the individual. There are some people who are going to find some things funny, and some people who will find other things not funny or insulting. There's no way at any time in life that you can be funny to everyone. There's no way to 100% of the time be politically correct to all people on planet Earth. It's just not possible. But, that being said, there's also being an intelligent and mature adult and being able to take things in context and understanding comedy when it is comedy versus when someone is saying a factual statement meant to be a factual fucking statement. You know what I mean? Two very different fucking things. So, there you go. Insomniatic Meat did a $1 tip and said, in a zombie apocalypse, who would be your survival partner and what weapon would you choose? Oh my god. People ask me the weirdest questions, man. In a zombie apocalypse, a fucking tank. A tank, and my partner would be the guy at fucking the petrol station who could pump more gas to the tank. There you go. There's your answer. What an amazing answer. Ask me a silly question, get a silly answer. There is nothing in this fucking house of any value. Nope. Alright, Nami just tipped me another $2 and said, Phil, I know what segment of the Howard Stern show that you're actually talking about. It's on YouTube. It's called Guess the Jew. That's it. Guess the Jew. Lest anyone think you're lying, I don't think you're racist. Yeah, it was called Guess the Jew. There you go. Steve of House did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, I used to work at Maker Studios, which bought Blip. Close this. I asked the Blip people about you. They pretty much got the situation completely wrong and thought you were an anti-Semite, and that pissed me off. No shit. Yeah, they probably thought that I was actually anti-Semitic. They probably, you know, you see the video, you hear a bunch of complaints about it, and you think I'm anti-Semitic. When in reality, there was never, ever any other time that I'd done stuff like that. It was really just one-off instance, and that's the thing, is that when you take shit out of context of a bot, you know, keep in mind at that point, I've been making gameplay videos on YouTube for over 2 years. Once in 2 years, like, one guy makes a fucking Jewish joke that's based off of the Howard Stern show, and you can't even fucking do research to figure that out. No one at Blip did. They just immediately saw these fake complaints coming from trolls, and immediately just flagged it and said, well, fuck it, we can't take the risk. Yes, because not taking the risk really paid off for them now that they're out of business, I'm just saying, but, it was stupid. It was a whole really stupid situation. It really was. Gazora did a 25-bit cheer. It says, I'm Jewish, and we are actually very self-deprecating. Anything here? Nope. So don't be too hard on yourself. Despite what the media tells you, you can hold a neutral opinion about us without being anti-Semitic. I actually... Oh, man, I grabbed the wrong shirt. Oh, my turtleneck back. I don't have any negative opinion whatsoever about Jewish people. At all. In real life, I could care less. I don't give a fuck what race you are. Everyone knows that. I really don't give a fuck. I don't hold anything against anyone when it comes to that kind of stuff. The way I see it, you're born as who you are. You certainly can't fucking control it. How could you have something held against you that you can't control? If you're born homosexual, how could it be fair to have someone hold that against you? Oh my god, you were homosexual. You're a bad person because you're homosexual. You were born that way. So the thing is, a lot of people think this shit, oh, they were chose to do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that person really chose to get the boner when the hot guy walked by. It's not a natural reaction based on hormones and shit. These fucking people, man, they like to make shit up. I don't know. These fucking people are nudnicks. Anyway. Gazora did a 25-bit cheer again. He says, I could care less exactly. People act like you either love or hate people. Everyone needs an opinion on everything because of the internet. Right, it's bullshit. Why is the internet, why is everything black and white on the internet? Why? Why does the internet have to say this is wrong and this is right? You know? And people, it's all the time. This is wrong and this is right, and if you don't agree with this or that, you're in the wrong. That's not how life is. The life is many subtle shades of gray, ladies and gentlemen. It's funny, because I was just playing Metal Gear Solid 3, and one of the themes of Metal Gear Solid 3 was... Oh, fuck. Who the fuck? I don't know who's shooting at me. One of the themes of Metal Gear Solid 3... I'm trying to dodge. God damn it. I don't know where he is. I can't get away. Let me get away, and then I'll tell you one of the themes of Metal Gear Solid 3. Well, I have no idea where he was, and I never got to cover. Fucking sucks. I was heading to that vehicle, and I got fucked. Anyway, one of the themes of Metal Gear Solid 3. At the very end of the game, the boss says this. She says, people are not eternal enemies. At one point in life, you may be an ally, and another point in life, you may be an enemy, and it's a constant shifting thing. Why was it that in World War II, Russia and the United States were allies, right? But then that changed, and now they're enemies in the Cold War, right? That's absolutely true. Kojima, in a lot of ways, is a genius. Like, he understands these things. In life, you don't have just one thing that's right and one thing that's wrong. There's no black and white. There's many shades of gray. You can't just believe, oh, someone said something 5 years ago, it was awful. That means that they're an awful person eternally, right? But that's how these people on the internet have the most immature fucking, like, notion of how life works. You know what I mean? They literally have no ability to walk in someone else's shoes for more than 2 seconds. So they don't see other people's perspectives. They don't see that people can grow or change over time. I'm a perfect example of that. I mean, how many times in the past was I one way? I was obstinate about something. I was being a dick about something. But then later on, my opinion changed, right? And people have said, undoubtedly, over the 10 years that I've been doing content on the internet, I've matured, I've grown. I don't do nearly as much of the insulting, nasty stuff I used to do. I used to have a show called Friend Request Ridicule, where poor kids who were fans of mine on YouTube would send me a friend request on my fucking Xbox Live. I would go on Xbox Live and make fun of them. What a mean-spirited, mean-hearted show. But it was insanely popular, but it was mean-spirited, mean-hearted. I changed that show into Ask the King, a positive show where those people can contact me and ask me questions. And I answer them legitimately, instead of making fun of them for wanting to talk to me. I mean, see what I mean? See what I mean? So, you can't just look at the one video that I did 8 years ago and say, oh, Phil's a real piece of shit. No, I've evolved, I've changed, I've become a more mature adult. Who's to say Shane Dawson hasn't? I don't know if he has, but who's to say he hasn't done that too? You can't hold him accountable for something he already did in the past and apologize. If you do, it's very simple. You're a fucking moron. There you go. Alright, Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and asked, what's your opinion on The Walking Dead up to this point? Well, I mean, honestly, what a lot of people are complaining about in The Walking Dead, alright, is that sadly, the show has gone on too long. The show has run far too long, and when a show runs too long, it overstays its welcome and doesn't have a lot of original stuff to do anymore. And a lot of the times what people are complaining about now is that people just die, literally no meaning behind, oh, just a death. A character died this season, you know? And it wasn't even like it had meaning behind it, just for shock value. Someone who used to be in the series is now dead. I'll be honest, all the stuff with Negan and all that, I like the character of Negan. But honestly, I don't think the writing's very good. I think the writing's pretty shoddy. You could almost tell watching it that, like, in the comics, it was much more fleshed out and was well developed. While in the show, they're either skipping or doing a lot of garbage content that isn't very meaningful. That being said, I still like the show, and I am caught up with this season, and I am enjoying it. So, there you go.